So I finally watched Nope last night. Well, month late, but whatever, because it's finally on digital streaming and all that stuff. And God, it's so good to see a good movie. It is, because what were my last reviews? Just I think it was They Them. I think I did my Soul to Take with my buddy on a movie night. Yeah, so it's good to watch a good movie. Plus, right before I watched Nope, I watched the 2012 Total Recall because Netflix is taking it off this month, and I'm like, well, might as well suffer through that, Anyway, talking about Nope. I really enjoyed it. I'm really glad that Jordan Peele is just doing his thing. He's just allowed to just do his fucking thing. And I can't wait really to just see more of what he's got going on. I don't give a shit. Just give me. Come on. Like, whatever he's got, I'm all for it, Whatever his production company wants to help put out, like Candyman and stuff, I'm all for it. Like, let's get this shit going. I like it. I love how he, I love his perspective on horror. I love, just how he decides to create horror. I like that he doesn't, go cheesy, you know what I mean? And if something is maybe perceived as like a cheesy thing, it's kind of like it becomes kind of like not like a nudge, wink, wink, but kind of like yeah, that was dumb kind of thing. Like, it's very much acknowledged in the movie, but I guess I'll go into spoilers because really, like, but actually, before I go into spoilers, like I said, I like the movie. What you see in the trailer is kind of how the movie is. It's like you don't really see much. Again, this isn't really a spoiler, just exactly what the trailer's telling you. It's like, that's what it is. It's a lot of this going on in the movie, and then a lot of like, nope, literally just like the best title, just Nope, because you look up in the sky and you're just like, no, nope, it's perfect title, like, again, the titles of his movies, Get Out, Us, Nope, it's very much it's a very reaction, like, kind of, like a very good response kind of thing. You see, again, you see the trailer, you see the movie, and it's like, yep, that title totally makes sense. But anyway, yes, now I'm gonna go into spoilers, 1, 2, 3, spoilers. God, I love how the movie is kind of like divided into these chapters. At first I thought they were gonna be kind of, like shifty Lou some timeline, but it's not. Whenever they do like kind of show some kind of like past stuff, it's real quick, and it's kind of like alright, you were like asleep or you passed out, and then we showed you the thing, and then you're back, but it's the past because of certain characters or whatever, not, or just like, they do like that kind of like, this is a dream sequence kind of lighting, but not very like fuzzy kind of lighting, but you get what I mean. I do like the chapters thing because also, like, to kind of push forward with storytelling, it's kind of like, not a cheat and not a cop-out, but kind of like, it's just an easier way where you don't have to, like, super have to figure out how to blend this scene to this scene, it's like, in movies, what was it, like, where they just, if you keep, because, with the amount of chapters it has, if you just constantly keep fading to black with nothing else, it's like, did time go by or whatever? But the fact they do it, and they have, like, everything has a title name, and each title name is the name of, one of the horses that they own, which I find was very interesting. It's like, oh, it's the name of their horses, and then it all kind of coincides with the horses and what's going on, I think that was great. And then, also, well, there's one part that was Gordy, which was like was it 90s, or I guess you would say late 80s, 90s, probably mid 90s, yeah, television sequence. I'm like forgetting how old I am. I was like, it would be 80s, right? You'd be that, yeah, no, it's 90s. How old am I? Yeah, because I was a child in the, oh god, how old, oh god, oh god, I am in hold, so, anyway, yes, so I like when they did that. I love the chemistry between Daniel Kaluuya, I always do that with his name, and Keke Palmer. Their chemistry is great. Definitely have, like, they play siblings. They definitely have the sibling vibe with him. Very, like, I love it. It's very good. What's his name? He's like a newcomer guy. I don't know what else he's been in, but I've never seen him before. The guy who plays Angel, the tech guy who works at a store that no longer exists. I was like, are they parked outside of Fry's? I don't think Fry's ever existed where I'm at, but I've heard of it. You know, maybe because I guess they didn't want to, like, make it a Best Buy or something, you know? Or, you know what I mean? They're like, what else is, like, big box, you know, not Circuit City. No, let's not do a PC Richardson son. You know, like, what else could we... They might as well have done, like, The Wiz, you know? Remember The Wiz? Not the Michael Jackson The Wiz, but, you know, Nobody Beats The Wiz. Do you remember that shit? Those commercials? Remember that? No? Just me? Because I'm an old? You know, anyway, but the tech dude, you know, I found, like, his kind of, like, added character in the movie was great. It's just, like, again, the chemistry with everyone is, like, you know, I love it. It feels very organic. I also love that it's, again, I know I'm in spoilers, but it's also kind of, like, not surprising that, obviously, they're looking up in the sky and, like, what could it be? Obviously, we all know it's aliens. Like, if you weren't thinking it was aliens, I don't know what you were thinking of. Like, you're looking up in the sky and being like, what the fuck? It's aliens! What the fuck do you think it is? You're like, oh, it's a cumulus nimbus, you know? Like, look at them clouds. Look at all those chickens, you know? But, like, I love... I forgot what other movie that either recently came out or I had spoken about, I know, within some time, wow. Where... like, immediately people believed. So it's like, Daniel Kaluuya's, like, character, you know, comes back to the house, talks to Keke Palmer. He's just, like, just kind of, like, looking a little bit, like, shaken up. And she's like, what'd you see out there? What did you see out there? And he's like, you know, immediately believes that he saw aliens. You know, none of this, like, bro, are you high? None of that. Like, not even a shadow of a doubt. So then you know that, like, one, you know that the relationship between the siblings is very, like, very close. You know, that there's no mincing of words, there's no bullshitting, you know, because I feel like if I told my besties that I saw, like, an alien, they would at first be like, okay? Like, they would listen to me, but I know they'll still be like, okay, bitch, how much painkillers were you on, you know? But then also, like, you know what I mean? Like, there was that rapport and, like, that trust between. So, the moment it's like, yeah, we saw aliens, it was like, alright, let's go to the Fry's. Let's go to, you know, let's go get camera equipment. Let's da-da-da. And I love that when he went to the Fry's, and the guy, Angel, was there, was just like, you know, very much like, getting, like, retail flashbacks. He's like, do you want to sign up for the card? Do you want to do the installation? And she's like, nope, thank you, no. And I'm just like, retail, like, you know, getting my flashbacks from that, you know. And then he's like, oh, is the install easy? He's like, for me, yeah, for you guys. And I'm just like, oh god. Again, the retail flashbacks when I was in, like, a specialty department, and they're like, it's easy to put together, right? And I'm like, yeah, for me. I don't know about you, you know? And it's just like, And then I love that he kind of, like, followed along, and then he's like, oh, what do you guys, like... They're like, oh, someone tried to, like, you know, probably break in the house. Okay, it becomes believable once he starts, like, installing, and then, like, you know, like, they're talking to him, and then he's just like, alright, cool, you're trying to capture aliens, I'm with you. Like, I just love how it's like, yeah, I'm with you on that. I totally believe you, you know? I also like that the movie does, like, they do, like, traditional horror stuff, and then some of it's kind of false, but, like, not in the thing I always talk about with the jump scare where it's like, dude, you forgot your keys. Like, the thing that always annoys me. It's if there's something that's like, you know, what the fuck, then you're just like, oh, okay, you know? Like, or, like, you see it before the character sees it, so then you don't get a jump scare. You're just like, you know, like, when the store was closing, the lights are slowly turning off. Because even the guy's just there, is like, choom, choom, choom. And he's not like, what? He's just like, huh. And he's like, hey, saying bye to the boss. And then all of a sudden you see, like, something behind. But then you notice, oh, it's got to be a colleague. And then she's, like, there with chips. And she's like, hey. He's like, huh. You know? So, like, you know ahead of time that it's a false scare kind of thing. there's that scene in the barn where I wasn't sure, like, if this is the reveal to the aliens or what, so I'm watching it, and I'm watching it kind of like this, like, because I didn't want to just, like, scream in the middle of the night. I was just like, yo, because you just hear, like, and I'm like, you know, you're looking at, like, a dark hallway with a little bit of light, you know, and then you see some movement, you see, like, something small moving. I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, what the fuck? I was just like, yo, I was like, and I watched this by myself. I think if Paul was with me, he would be like, yo, no! A lot of screaming, a lot of aggression. It would have been a lot of, like, I'm not. Nah, bitch. Would a lot of him, like, shaking me and me being like, bro, I'm trying to watch this movie, you know? Like, of course, I wished I would have seen this movie in, like, IMAX or something, because the sound and everything, you know, just to see it on, like, a bigger screen and really getting, like, completely immersed in this movie. I mean, granted, Jordan Peele movies, I've never felt like, you know, like, I've never been like, watch it on a small screen, what a waste, you know, like, you see it, it's worth it, you know? But yeah, like the barn scene where it was like the false thing of the aliens and finding out it's, you know, the kids from the park thing that's like near their home, like, you know, because initially I was like, what the fuck? I was like, wait, and I was thinking like I was thinking to myself, like, there's no way that Jordan Peele would do like kind of like cheesy traditional aliens, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like, I have higher standards for this man. I was like, it's got to be something more than just, like, kind of looking things. And then when he, like, backed up and there was one hanging upside down, he had that good reaction to punch it. It fell down. It was like a kid in a mask. I was like, all right. I had a feeling, because at first I was like, yo, what the fuck is that shit? That's all I was like, yo, what the fuck's that shit? And then I was like, nah. I was like, nah. This is some, like, false, like, X-Files thing, you know? Like, this is, like, when X-Files, when they would show the little green men, and it turns out like it was someone trying to fuck with Mulder, and Mulder is like, I knew it. He's like, that's not what you guys look like, you know. So yeah, like I thought that was great. Like Steven Yeun playing like you know, like a child actor guy who had like something, like, you know, back in the 90s and stuff, there's always shows that were like, or even back then, it was like 70s and on, there's always shows where it's like family friendly and there's always like an animal in it. And well, this one, excuse me, the freaking monkey or something that ate the thing, the animal went animal and lost its shit. And like, he's just like fine with it, kind of using it as his shtick for his park. And then, like, one of his colleagues who got mauled, you know, wearing the sheet. Remember that lady who got mauled by the monkey? Just like that. You know, you see her in the trailer. And then, like, when they do the flashback in the movie to that, it was just, like, scary. Because the monkey just kind of was like, wah! It just starts ripping people's faces. I like that you didn't see, like, the carnage. You heard it, and you just saw the monkey just, like, covered in blood. A lot of times, like, this movie does that well. Like, the Jaws thing of, like, not seeing it makes it scarier, and that's what makes it good. Like, sometimes it's like, yes, see it, and sometimes it's like, it all depends, and it just, it's a case-by-case thing, you know? Sometimes it's like, you have to see the horror to be like, oh, shit! Kind of like in the American remake of The Ring, where there was like, you discovered her, and it's like, open the closet, she's like, looking, and it's like, yo! You know? And then there's like this, or the beginning of Jaws, when you don't see it, you know? And you're like, what is this? What is it? You know, because then your mind is like, going, you're like, it could be this or that. So just that simple part, when they showed, like, you know, with the monkey shit, and it just, you just hear like, and then you just hear like that, and he's just covered in blood, and then he tries to go and do like a fist pound, and then like the fucking, you know, they shoot the monkey, because, you know, it's the monkey's fault. You know, like Siegfried and Roy, when they're like, I can't believe the tiger, you know, did tiger shit. Like, okay. But like, I'm wondering if there's like symbolism or like a meaning behind the lingering shoe in that shot, because like, it was a shoe and it stood up. Like, you see the shoe, you know, it's like the top part of the shoe is just standing up on end. It just kind of lingered on there, and I was kind of wondering, because also this was, you know, like digital at home, so I paused and I just stared at it for a second. I'm like, is there a reason, or it's just like a happenstance that like like, it makes me wonder, like, is there, like, a meaning behind the shoe? And I'll have to wait till I get, like, the Blu-ray and stuff, because I love Jordan Peele's, like, audio commentary about his movie, because it's, like, it's so good. It's like, oh, I saw the like, when Us came out, he was like, oh, this is a reference to this. I was like, yes, I saw that. It's like, give me, you know. I did it, give me stickers, you know. But I'm wondering if there's, like, a meaning behind the shoe just standing on end, or is it just like a you know, random happenstance, and when they were filming, it landed like that, and they're just like, no, keep it, like, as like a not a red herring, like a MacGuffin. That's it, like a thing, you know, that doesn't mean really anything. It's just there, you know. It's like, fuck it. But just like, it's just so ominous too that there's just like a shoe that's standing on end, especially when it's like kind of like a slip-on, and those don't stand on end. So that also adds to the unease, you know, with the creep factor and all that stuff. So anyway, so yeah, they did that flashback. Yeah, so okay, on to the noping part. So they finally see, I like that you finally see kind of like, it looks very like old school, kind of saucer like, but it kind of looks like like a mouse, you know, like this, but there's like a hole in it. It's just, and it just very much like glides around real easy and all that shit. Like, all right, that's cool, man. And I love like, it doesn't seem like bad writing, but like, because I know some people have complained about this, because I read some stuff afterwards, like, to see how other people felt about it, because, you know, there's always going to be people who are going to be upset about something that's good, that they were saying how, like, oh, like, how they figure out that you just don't look at it, and then you don't get sucked in. It's like, I don't know, man, like, sometimes it's like, you don't have to fully explain everything, like, in a movie, you know what I mean? That could have been, like, an instinct thing. You know, because maybe, like, he saw it and saw people, and noticed previously that people looked up, and, you know, so when that happened, he was just like, nope, and because the other two were running towards him in the vehicle, he was just like, nope. He's like, come on, let's go, like this, and obviously noticing nothing happened, so it's like, why can't, like, you know, you just figure it out, you know? I like that they used that, and there's one part where, like, it got so close to him, and he's just there. I love that he put the blinders on the horse, so then the horse, you know, like, would be okay, you know, just like, horses, like, no, don't hurt the animals, you know. I love that, like, oh my god, the screaming of people and the raining of blood, you know, and then, like, all that stuff. Just the movie before before the title card hit, fucking just stuff raining down, and then Keith David just dying that horrible death, you know, and I was already like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, alright, this movie's gonna be insane, you know, and I love this type of horror factor of it. Again, isn't boo spooky, it's just kind of like a, it's the what is that, you know, the not understanding, you know, beyond your boundaries kind of stuff, and it's like, it's like that kind of like uncomfortableness, and then how like these siblings and this random guy decide to kind of like come together, like, just not really fight it, but just capturing it. Like, I love that it's not like an Independence Day where, like, we've got to fight them, today's our Independence Day, wow, kind of thing. It's very much of, like, we just got to capture it because we know no one's going to believe us. All this shit's happening, you know? And, like her at the end, like, Keke Palmer at the end, like, you know, at the well, taking a picture, getting the Oprah moment kind of stuff. I love that, obviously, Daniel Kaluuya's character didn't die. I was worried. But you just, like, the long shot of her, like, like, looking, like, relieved and stuff. I was like, there's no, like, come on, man. Don't kill off our guy. And then you see his bright orange sweatshirt, like, in the distance on the horse, and I was like, yes, you know? Boom, credits, so good. And then the credits were like bright orange to red, and it's like, I love it. But yeah, like, I really enjoyed this movie. Like, I feel like, of course, Get Out is up there, because, like, that whole movie was an experience. There was a lot. Us was just very, like, old school horror kind of, you know, homage, you know, that kind of stuff. And this one is just like, this is also like, but a different type of horror. Like, the other one was more like a slasher one. This is more of like the sci-fi horror kind of thing. And I'm fine with that, you know, I love it. I think someone described it as Get Out is man versus man, Us is man versus self, and then Nope is man versus nature. And I'm with that. I'm with that, you know. But yeah, I really like this. My camera's about to overheat and just, you know, turn off on me at any second. But yeah, I really enjoy this. Again, I want Jordan Peele to keep doing this. Just keep doing this. This fucking hell. Just keep doing this. I'm not upset. I want more of this. Again, I watched 2012 Total Recall before this, and I was like, this movie is boring. And I watched Nope, and Nope is a much longer movie, but felt way shorter than Total Recall did. Total Recall felt like I was just like going through jury duty or something, you know. But yeah, I'm glad. God, it's so good to watch a good movie. Every so often, like, people wonder why do you watch so many bad movies? I'm like, because when a good one comes out, it's like, oh my god, it's good, you know? You watch you know, you gotta balance it out. You gotta watch some shit, and then you get some good shit, you know? Because then you're not, like, putting fucking Legally Blonde on your goddamn, like, must-watch list that you recommend to people. Like, come on. Have some standards, people. Jesus Christ. Anyway, Nope. More like Yes. Okay, that's a bad joke, but alright. But for real, I like this, and my allergies are being weird. Okay, cool. Blah, blah, bye.